airplane pilot or a plane, then left lane threw him under the bus. I have no idea what Rumpus is saying.
Yo, Witsit's got a diagram, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I posted a video.
He posted a video. That's non sequitur. All right, so
yeah, you're incredible with. Never mind. I'm sorry, Wits. Go ahead, dude.
all good. Look, starting destination is this light blue circle. Okay, the plane in this fairy tale that is the globe. They pretend that we can just fly like this right here to the destination, and we just keep the destination, this red dot, in our heading, and we just go from this place to this place, and everything just works out magically. We just keep the city in our heading. In reality, the red dot is going to be moving away from the plane. So
it's not analogous. That
is,
illustration doesn't represent it. Yeah,
it is though. So then, when the plane's flying towards the destination, it would actually have to slowly adjust to get to the destination. Now, obviously, if you do that, it's going to be a much longer path than if I just cut to the chase and lead where the destination's going to be. Obviously, this curved line is longer than this line.
This is exactly what Jeremy was talking about.
You know what they
perfect.
My bad. You know what they do is though.
Jeremy.
Go ahead, say it.
I was just saying this is what you've been explaining, bro. Like, remember when you were verbally like explaining this? This is like what I imagined in my mind, and this is exactly what you've been talking about with the drone and the merry-go-round. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but what they do is they'll tell you that inertial frame doesn't matter, or when, like, I don't know. That is a good fucking diagram, though. Nice work.
That's a good point. Which coordinates?
And there's a bigger point, man. After that, you can only travel one direction. If you travel the other way, man, you would never catch up.
But the way that this illustration is, that red dot should be on the same line as that blue dot. The path of the plane would follow that line from the blue dot to the red dot. The red dot should be on the same line as the blue dot.
Oh, there is no Coriolis.
Now the plane compensates for it. You could rotate that disc, and you could watch that blue dot move down that line to the red dot.
This is what you guys don't get, right?
Sure, I just had a thought real quick. Go ahead, Witsit. I'll go after.
So look, let's say the Earth's spinning, right? Okay, like say your destination actually started up here, then you would actually just fly down, and then the destination would meet you. That would be the same thing. That would still be leading the object. If you're claiming that I can just go from here to here by keeping the red dot in my heading and just go straight to it, then there's nothing to account for. I'm just going straight to the city with it on my heading. I'm not accounting for anything. I'm not adjusting for anything. The city's going to slowly move away from me. So if I'm keeping it on my heading, what's going to happen is I'm going to slowly adjust as I fly, and it's going to make me take this path. If I was to lead it, it would be shorter. If what you're saying is true and that we can keep the city in our heading and then slowly adjust, it's going to do this. There's no way around it. You just now said they adjust for it.
Up coordinate
okay,
systems.
cool. What? You just saying the word coordinate system doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, think about it this way.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you're talking about an inertial coordinate system outside of the rotating Earth versus one that rotates with the Earth.
Wait, so the air moves perfectly with the Earth?
There's wind, but that's irrelevant.
Not irrelevant. The Earth is spinning, dude. The Earth is spinning. Yeah. As I take off the Earth is spinning. So I can't just look at my destination and fly straight there. That's what we would do if the Earth was a flat
relative to what?
plane, though. If it was a stationary plane, we would just fly straight to the heading of the city, and then boom, we'd reach it.
Think about it this way. Let's say that you're on a merry-go-round and you're starting in the center. And you want to walk to one point on the perimeter, like one specific point. Would your path on the merry-go-round change depending on if it's stationary or spinning?
Point.
Sure. Again, doesn't rebut the actual point, though. That's what
Can't answer?
I did answer.
No, you didn't.
Did anyone else
answer yes or no?
Yeah, we just went through the thing with the merry-go-round. We just went through the thing with the merry-go-round, and we realized that it doesn't. Hold on a second, guys. We just went through the thing with the merry-go-round with Rumpus yesterday, 2 days ago. It doesn't matter if
right now.
Can you guys stop? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gambino
Jeremy.
sucks. I mean, it's like new.
How come no one can answer my question?
I did answer.
Oh
I'm answering
gosh.
it right now.
He very clearly and audibly answered your question. So you're gonna be on mute now until Jeremy's done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we did the thing with the merry-go-round, right? It doesn't matter if the object is moving along the circumference or the merry-go-round is rotating. It's irrelevant. Either way, the plane still has to travel a shorter distance when you leave the target. Like when everything's inertial, it's the same distance the plane has to fly. When everything's inertial and there's no rotating reference frame, the plane still has to fly the same distance just because you start spinning the merry-go-round on it. That doesn't change the distance the plane actually flies.
Dude, I drew the diagram that gave you all 4 scenarios. It shows you which what's the shortest path is in either scenario.
The shortest path is always a straight line. We know that.
The,
But when you're
the,
on
the
a
shortest
rotational
path is
Earth, when you're on, go ahead,
My
Jeremy.
bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say a shortest path from A to B is always a straight line, but when you have rotation involved, or at least the pre-assumption thereof, you no longer have a straight line. Like
You do
things
within
are
but
What
within
coordinates?
within the reference frame that you're drawing the line, it's still a straight line, whether it's rotating or not rotating.
Yeah, if you
How
plot your
can it be a
footsteps on the
straight line if the
merry-go-round,
ground
it's
is
a straight
moving?
line.
So, okay, let me ask you guys a question. A plane cruises, a 747 standard commercial airline cruises at what, 30,000 feet?
Yeah,
What's the height?
yeah, that's right. 35,000 is
Okay,
average.
right. Now, how long does it take for a plane to descend and land on the tarmac?
I don't know, several minutes.
Like 10
20
minutes,
minutes from where when the airplanes or the pilot goes on and he puts on the ding, puts on the little
Yeah, let's use that.
sign, right?
Let's
20 minutes.
Let's use 20 minutes.
Now, okay, cool. So let's say we're descending to an airport that's located in South America, right close to the equator. Now, the claim is at the equator, the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. So my question becomes, when does that spin let go of that plane? When does that spin affect that plane? Because in 20 minutes, that Earth should have spun what, 330 miles in an hour, or in that 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, right.
So
What
where's that
coordinate system
witness?
that?
Volume.
Do we witness this?
Yeah, sure. But
No,
you're just
you can't say
misunderstanding
yeah,
how
sure.
that would
I'm
manifest.
asking you a specific question. I just gave
What
you
do
a
you mean?
whole
How
bunch of
many
numbers,
or
and
how
I'm
loud?
asking you in your mind's eye to
Well,
actually
there's a video posted, but I can't hear
the
anything.
feet to the pavement and ask you, does that really happen?
Yes. You asked a yes or no question, and I answered yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're misunderstanding how that would manifest in the real world.
Okay, so Gambino, if I have an object moving along the circumference of a circle and I'm at the center of the circle and I want to I have 2 options. I can either lead it, and I can meet it there, or I can keep my heading on it the whole time and chase it, basically like a heat-seeking missile. Obviously, you agree the one where we lead it is going to take a shorter path, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you think instead of the object moving along the circumference of the circle, it's planted on the edge of the merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round is now rotating. Do you think that changes anything about the distance the plane has to fly?
In what coordinate system?
It doesn't. In reality,
No, it's not a
the
coordinate
in the
system.
first scenario, in reality, the
Find your
first
coordinate system
scenario,
better.
in reality, I know the coordinate systems. There's no reason to even go there because in the first scenario, you agreed it was faster.
Is there someone
it was a
talking?
shorter
Because all I
distance
hear
to
is
leave the
silence.
target.
Yeah.
Now, just because the merry-go-round starts rotating, that doesn't change that it's
They're
still going to
very
be a shorter
quiet.
distance for the plane to fly in a straight line and
Just
leave the
pay
target.
attention. Just listen.
Along
There's
what
nobody.
coordinate system path?
There's nobody talking on my
And the
side.
inertial frame, that's where
Talking
everything
all
was
over.
before when the thing was
Can't
just
hear
moving,
anybody
everything was
talking now.
inertial.
Oh,
And now
use the
when
path then.
And when
I'll
the
sign
merry-go-round
back
starts
in, but I can't
rotating,
hear
just because
anybody.
there's a non-inertial frame
I'm sure you
connection
can.
doesn't change the
I
path
promise
that
you
the
can hear
plane
them if you
takes.
sign back.
I can hear
Data,
you.
data
I
talks
can't
all
hear
over
ICBMs
you.
do exactly what
everybody.
you're talking about.
What are you doing, data?
What you're messing up is
I
the
can't. I
relative
can hear
speed
you.
and
I can hear the other guy. I
altitude
can't hear
differentials.
who's talking.
Would it
So
I
be
can't
a
hear the
shorter
inaudible guy.
distance?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Would it be
Is
a
that what you
shorter
say?
distance?
Is that what the
Is it a
excuse is?
shorter distance
I
for the
I can
can't hear
hear
the guy.
ICBM to
you.
lead the
I can
object,
hear you.
There's
or
somebody
do you think it
talking
would
right
be a
now.
shorter distance
Oh,
if
they
it was
left
like
now.
heat-seeking and they had
Thanks.
to like chase their
Okay.
target the whole time?
All right. Well, you might as well
You're
talk, Data.
confusing ballistic
Don't
trajectory
Damn
answer that
effing
one.
dude,
with
no one's
non.
talking.
You're
I
interrupting my answer.
think he already dropped. Is he
Confusing
back?
ballistic
You there,
trajectory
data?
with non-ballistic trajectories.
Yeah, I can hear you,
Airplane
left
is
lane.
not a
Yep.
ballistic trajectory.
Yeah, we're messing with you, man.
I think it's a
This ain't
great
about
point. I
ballistics. It's
like.
about options. Go
So
It's
ahead.
just,
it's just
it's
It's
Well,
just,
I
about
qu-
think
options.
you're
yeah,
you're
it's just
raising a great
quiet.
problem, a great challenge, Jeremy, which is like if planes flew off on a like east or westerly heading, so they're not fighting against Coriolis, so they're not, deliberately not
since
following a
you got
ground,
ChatGPT up there, have you fucked
but
around with
following
it?
one that you'd probably have to calculate. I think it's a good question.
No, it's not. It's not a question. It's all. In this
So
scenario, we've
I see
demonstrated this.
ChatGPT
Rumpus
available
did it.
for
Witsit
phones,
did
but
it
all
2
I can
seconds
see it
ago.
that it does, you
It's
ask it questions
shorter.
and it
It's a
answers
shorter
questions. Is
path the
that all
plane
it
has to
does?
take when it leads the target. It
Primarily, I
doesn't
mean,
matter that the
for
ground's
me,
rotating underneath.
I'm
It doesn't
doing
change
bills and
anything. We've already
amendments and
been through this
acts
with
and
the
things like that.
merry-go-round 1,000
So,
times.
for instance, if I look up,
You're
like here in
confusing
Canada, we've
coordinate
got all these
systems,
Bill
though.
C,
You're
whatever,
I'm
you're
not
and
fucking
for me, just
confused,
to
half
dude. Don't tell
in.
me
to
I'm
compile them and
confused.
amend them,
I
rewrite
understand the
them, it's
coordinate
perfect. It's
systems
great for
clearly.
that.
There's a
So, for like
non-inertial one and an
lawyer type
inertial one. And the
application,
inertial
paralegal
one
type
is the reality
application,
one. Like the
it's
merry-go-round,
fast
when
and
everything's
free.
inertial, nothing changes when I start spinning the merry-go-round. You still have the same
What if it's
distance the plane
inaccurate
has to
though?
travel. It doesn't matter that the
Well,
merry-go-round
it
all of
is
a sudden started
inaccurate.
spinning.
And
Let me ask you this
like, for
then, if that's
instance, if I
true.
asked
So
it
let's say that I
to
take a
list me
ball
off of
on a
the
merry-go-round. I'm going
upcoming
to roll
bills
it
that are
from
in
the center
Parliament
outwards to the
or in
perimeter. It's going to
the
travel a
Senate
certain distance, right?
or Congress, whatever, but it's the Senate here.
And it's going to travel along the radius